Good afternoon, everybody. I really hope that my camera is not doing some crazy stuff today. It's going to be kind of dark with the lighting so far as I know. It may lighten up once I start walking. But anyway, you guys, today is day 405. It is March 16th and it's 1:45 p.m. in the afternoon. As you guys know, I don't like walking this late, but I wasn't going to record and then I decided to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check and make sure that I just told you guys the correct day. Down here, yes, I did. Okay, so let me close this back up so I can go ahead and get the treadmill started. We have been busy, and not here. I didn't turn my treadmill. Okay, give me a second because that was supposed to make a noise and it didn't. I'll be right back. Well, that was fun. Never know what you're going to come back home to. Got everything plugged up and the breaker popped, so we had to fix that. But everything should be good to go. So let's see what happens with the treadmill. And hopefully it works. Honestly, you guys, today I asked my husband if I should just stop my walk altogether, and he said it was left up to me. And I know just last week I said, you know, I'm in it for my challenge, but you guys, 2 years is a long time, and I don't know. I'll get into some updates, and then I'm going to tell you guys about our trip to Stephenville and how it might become kind of a frequent type thing to go there. And so we have found a good place to eat, different things like that. The other place I only ate at like one time, so when I get to that part I'll tell you guys about it. But if you guys want to skip all the updates I'm about to do, then I'm not quite sure just yet where I will start talking about the trip, okay, and everything that happened. But if you want to get to that point, if I edit, then maybe if I remember, I'll put it in there. So I'll tell you, Stephenville's story or whatever trip starts at, you know, and put that there so that you guys are not having to scroll and search for it. Okay, so maybe I'll do that in the edits. Right now, I'm just hoping that the treadmill works. So let's see what it does. Can we get it to 2.5? Can we get it to at least 2? I really don't feel like huffing and puffing and panting today during my video like I was last week. So we'll see, but of course my walk is always at least at 2, unless the treadmill is just refusing to do that. Okay, so let's see what we get, what happens. All right, we're at 0.9, we got the birds chirping today. Yesterday, I think is when we got home, and we came home to a storm, you guys. Like, it was windy, it was dusty and stuff like that. So I don't know what is going to happen. Okay, good thing is that the breaker didn't pop until I plugged up that plug over there. So we know the power did not go out. If it did, it came back on. So now we're at 1.1. And then I had to change shirts. On Saturdays, when I ended up deciding I'm not going to record a course, a whole week has went by. I've walked for the whole week unless I was busy, like this past week. And so I was like, I have on this green shirt. I had it on for 2 videos in a row. And I mean, we've seen my wardrobe so far for workout. And I thought everyone's going to wonder, doesn't she have a different shirt? Is the green shirt like her favorite one? And actually, it's not the black one, actually. But I had to change my shirt because I realized this would be the 3rd video within 3 weeks where I was wearing that navy green shirt. So I made sure I switched that up. And it's still cold. Yes, we are not out of the woodworks for cold weather yet. Okay, so it's kind of okay here in the RV garage right now. And you guys, my legs are not wanting to work. I feel like I'm walking on a flat surface, but like I'm floating in a sense kind of too. This is awkward. So I don't know, you guys. We might slow stroll it today. Okay, we're at 1.7. I don't think I feel like trying to get this thing up to 2.5, not for a video. So let's see if we can get it up to 2, 1.8, 1.9. Let me wait. It really doesn't like when I speed it up too fast, so come on, one more. Here we go. We're good. I'm not going to push the issue with this thing. We're just going to have a nice little walk today together. And if you're like, girl, I got to get my workout on, I'm going to go at my regular speed or do whatever it is I'm doing at my normal pace, then that is fine, you guys. But I am not breaking my neck today for this walk. Okay, so let's get this open. You would think after a while I wouldn't have to tell myself, oh, we're at 4 minutes, just in case something happens. I wouldn't have to be thinking walk, walk, step. But I am, and I'm starting to see what it's going to be like with a busy schedule and how it is to come back and to be walking as if I didn't miss any days. Okay, so as promised, I made notes because let's face it, last week's video, I was just kind of all over the place. Okay, so I'm way more organized than that, so I didn't like that. So I took up the time to write, and that's what took me a minute to come out here. So let's get started with, I didn't write what time I started. I'm actually glad that I didn't because I've had to white it out, right, with everything I had to set up. And I'll remember my speed is at 2. Okay, so first for updates. I've officially decided, I know I've jumped back and forth, but no more bake days. No, I do not. Here goes my nose. Really? I do not have any more energy to be making up days in advance. So whatever day I walk, it's the next day of my walk. Okay, so yes, and I will try to still be walking every single day unless we are going to be busy. So next thing up on our update is, like I said last week, a possible swatch video this Monday or sometime within this week, hopefully in the earlier part of the week. And I'm trying to decide what I'm going to use to make the swatch. Okay, so for the powders, because as you guys know, I don't use monomer anymore. And I thought these are new colors and people are going to want to know what they look like because a lot of people use monomer, right? So I don't know, you guys, really, I don't want to give myself a headache. And so I'm debating. But I have plenty of swatch sticks I've added to my inventory. I really don't need anything else. It's just more so out of interest of what I want to use to make my nail design, stuff like that. One of them's even broken. And I glued the piece back on while we were out of town. And I'm not going to glue it back on until a couple more days because I'm taking everything off by the end of the week anyway. Okay, so update. Let's see here. Number 3. I'm going to explain to you guys the not polished exchange. I think I told you guys last week that I wasn't sure how it was going to work. How are you going to know that they put everything in the box, that they sent it? What was the process? Okay, so basically what happens is you write a letter. I typed mine because my print is awful. I'm surprised I can even read this. But yes, my print is actually getting worse, not better. I might switch to cursive, I don't know. But anyway, so you write or type up a letter, you put your order number, okay? I do want to say, make sure that you keep in mind how much your order totaled to, okay? And then you also want to pay attention to the website to see if the items that you want to exchange for, if they are on sale. Because if they are, that means you can get more in your exchange, right? Don't forget your taxes, okay? I think it has to go off of California taxes, so I think they're in San Diego, so I think it's like 0.028. But you may actually tell me, oh no, when I make an order with not polished, it's based off of the taxes in my state. So I don't know how that works for you. Don't forget your taxes, because obviously that equals you being able to get more. Okay, so Let's see. You put everything in a box. Obviously, you want to make sure that it's not used. Okay, so I exchanged 2 super base bottles and the 32 ounce monomer for powders, polishes, yeah, some of the new arrivals, like I said. And so I thought this would be a perfect time to be able to get them, because in a sense I didn't pay for them, but then again I kind of did, because I had already paid for this order or these items previously, right, since August. So surprisingly, even though this is March, they were okay with me wanting to exchange because none of the stuff was used. Okay, so 2 of the items I actually had ordered within the past month though. I do want to say that, the super base. Okay, so after you box it up, and if it's monomer, I do want to say that FedEx received a paper or a poster with, I don't want to say new regulations, but the regulations are tougher on them now. So monomer is considered a highly flammable liquid. So in order for you to mail that, you would have to do FedEx ground. Okay, so let's say you did like me. You ordered an 8 ounce, your 32 ounce was your backup. You didn't even make it through the 8 ounce before you're like, I'm gonna try the dip it method, whether I try it with a spoon or without it. And so I'm no longer gonna use monomer. Okay, so let's say your 32 ounces unused like mine was. I did some research. Post office is not gonna take it. UPS can take polishes, but you have to have a return label for the monomer. So the way to go, because it's not polished, you have to pay to ship your stuff back. Okay, you can ask and see if they'll provide a return label, but I don't think they will. Which I think, for me personally, I didn't mind that because you don't pay for shipping with your exchange order. Okay, so when you're calculating what you want to exchange it for, at least from my experience, I didn't even worry about what it was going to cost for shipping to try and deduct that to where I ended up paying in a sense. Okay, so I gave no thought to the shipping cost at all. Just what I want to exchange it for is it equal to or less than what I paid for originally for the items that I'm exchanging. Okay, so yes, if it's monomer, besides making sure it's not used, make sure you go FedEx ground and you'll be fine. Okay. So also, after you put it in your box and you ship it back, it's gonna take some time. Okay. I would have to say I was surprised at the price of FedEx ground because the 32 ounce monomer is it has some good weight to it. If it's not a pound, it's close. To me, it feels like it weighs about 2 pounds. So adding those 2 bottles, paying, I think it was 16 and some change, I kind of didn't mind, like I said, because I knew I wasn't gonna have to pay shipping for my return items. So I was fine with that. But if you don't have monomer and you want to use UPS, I think even with the post office, they won't take it even if it's polished. Okay, or like base coat or anything like that. So you might have to stick with UPS or FedEx anyway. But I didn't mind the price. So yeah, they receive it, they read your letter, and then they have separate sections of their offices. So the people that deal with exchanging your items is separate from the people that are going to ship. Okay? And so eventually what will happen, you guys, honestly, it's going to take maybe about a week. You'll see an email. And also, if you made an account online with it, it's free, then you'll be able to go in either to the email they sent you or to your account. It will show the order number that you put, because remember this is from a previous order, right? And then it'll list the items, it'll list the price, and of course it'll say it's an exchange, and so your total will be 0. Okay, so after that, then you wait for it to come, and I will probably have to say it's probably going to come through the post office, unless you're exchanging for monomer, then maybe it'll come FedEx. Because I'm assuming on my end, if I had to use FedEx ground to ship the monomer back, then they have to use that to ship to, their customers. Okay, but I don't know. But just, I would say polish, powder, stuff like that. Then just look for it in the post office. Okay, depending on how big your mailbox is, the box might actually fit inside your box. So that's the way the process goes. Okay, now pay close attention. Be looking for that email, because for me, like I said, my super base was one order. And at the top I typed, I want to exchange for 2 orders. The first order number is this. This is what I'm exchanging. The super base, I want to exchange it for this. No, I'm going to tell you from experience, because of what I did in the second paragraph, just keep it simple. This is the order number. I would like to exchange it for this. Okay, and then if it came from 2 different orders like mine did, then, I don't know, call them and ask them, do they want you to just list it under one order? Or do they want you to put both order numbers, and they can decide what order number they want to use? Okay, so after you write, this is the order number, then list what you want to exchange for. Okay, that's just my advice. You have to take it, but I wouldn't list what's in the box. Okay, but for you on your side, I would say maybe take a picture before you close your box, and maybe have a copy of your letter, right? Especially if you typed it up, it's probably going to be saved on your computer anyway. Or maybe a short video or something to document what you sent back. And maybe if you want to even document to show that it wasn't used. Okay, so it all depends on how far you want to go. I didn't do all that, but I did have the letter saved because I typed it. And so what I noticed was, even when I went into my account, looked at the order, 2 items were missing. So I called them, and she goes, oh, we just went off of your letter. And then I thought, oh, they must not have read the first paragraph, because there I did say that I wanted 2 of the dipped base. So I would have had a total of 3, but they only saw the 1. Okay, so that's why I say list the order numbers that you're making the exchange from, and list what you want, and don't list what's in the box. Okay, so let's do a time check. Let's get some water going, and then we'll go to, what is this? 1, 2, 3. We'll go to update number 4. Okay, so make sure I'm sure here. We're at 16 minutes and 17 seconds. Even at speed 2, I get a pretty good sweat going on up here. As you guys know, I don't like sweating. So, good thing, bad thing, I guess you can say. Okay, so update number 4. Let's see here. Let me read this. Okay, just want to make sure it's not a repeat. Coming from one of the other updates, like something I forgot, but it's not. So sometime at the end of this week, I'm going to do my Easter nails. I'm trying to decide if I want to turn that into a video. As you guys know, I do one whole complete hand. I do the other one on the recording. And I will, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm going to do the video for sure, because I had every intention on doing a video when I did these nails, and I didn't. And they came out super cute. I won't say I've gotten excellent with my skill, but I did kind of impress myself with these nails. So, yeah. And then going into that, I know I mentioned it, but just in case you didn't see my video from last week, or just in case you don't end up watching any of the nail videos from this week, because I'll probably talk about it in both those videos if I make 2 of them. Okay, so super base is for gel polish. Dip it base, the step 2 dip it base, whatever you want to call it, is for the powder. If you're going to do the dip method, whether you're going to dip your fingers in your powder or whether you're going to use a spoon like I do. Okay, so super base is for gel polish, and again, dip it base is for powder, which would explain the breakage. Okay, and then the rest is me trying to get better, my skill, trying to increase my skill. But I did figure out that the piece that came off was just a fake nail in the powder. So my natural nail is still intact. It's still the length that it's grown to. Okay, so that has to be the problem or part of the problem. Okay, so update number 5. I have everything I need for my Easter nails, and I almost have everything I need for my Winnie the Pooh nails. Yes, I'm going into the charms again. I know I've kind of stayed away from them for a while, but I'm gonna see, because no matter what you do, at some point, one of the charms is gonna catch in your hair or on something. So, I know I don't know how to do 3D. I probably need maybe the monomer to do that. Unless I'm gonna go into the other products where you can do 3D with, like the gel putty and stuff like that. No, I still have to get my nails to where they don't break within a month. Okay, so I know that when I broke this nail, I used the Dip It base, the step 2, and it worked just like glue. Okay, so I'm happy because that means cutting the cost, right? Instead of me buying nail glue, we know what happens to nail glue, ladies. Oh my gosh. It dries out. It turns solid. And it's always on that one day where you're actually out and about, or you might be out to dinner, or you might be shopping, maybe by yourself or with your friends. Your nails are super cute, right? You may have done them yourself. And out of all the times any type of breakage decides to happen, that seems to be mainly when it happens, at least for me. So I am very happy to say I do happen to know that they're switching from the glass bottle to the bottles that they use for like their Glossit and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna look, but I think that in the store they have the white bottles. I don't think those are glass. And I think some of my exchange might have been glass bottles, but I can just keep them here at the house. So I'm gonna start carrying a bottle of step 2 Dip It base from Not Polished, because it's just as sticky as glue. And so one of the things with my Easter nails, if I do a video, you'll probably hear me say this again, but I'm interested to see how well the nail tips stay on with the step 2 Dip It base. Okay, so they explained to me that the Super Base has more of a slick surface once it's cured, and so the powder needs a sticky surface. So it was suggested to me to stop using Super Base to do my nails. And the lady did tell me, I don't know if I told you guys this last week, but she said, if you did your nails with Super Base, you must have got really good, because I'm surprised your nails aren't popping off. And then I started explaining to her the way they were breaking. Either this happens, the whole tip comes off with the powder, or usually it's the whole piece, like I said before, as if I made a press-on nail, like the whole thing. Usually it's either within the first 2 weeks of my full set, or it's after I do my fill. And then I just glue the whole piece back on like it's press on. It stays on just as well. But I would like for that to happen less often, or to stop if possible. So this is going to be something new. And so with my nail journey, what I tend to do is I record all my first full set, first time I practice with a mannequin, stuff like that. And that's why you guys don't see more nail videos. Okay, so I don't have it as like a, I don't know how you want to say it, like an added in platform to my reviews, because I'm only reviewing like my first time for doing all that stuff. The feels, everything like that. Sorry for the sniffles, I thought they were gonna stop, but apparently they're not. So, time check. I smell McDonald's fries. 22:54. I don't know why, but that was kind of awkward. I just got a whiff of that. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna make sure I plug my phone up to the charger. Of course, being airplane mode, if I do that video later this week. I want you guys to see what it looks like when I first finish. because after that, you guys, especially since, yes, I've been a little neglectful with my fills, because I'm finding with my fills, my nails aren't growing as fast. And so the week I think I'm gonna need to do a fill, I could literally just kind of file down to get rid of like the part that catches, which it shouldn't happen by the cuticle area. And then I can go on about my day for a whole nother week. And then that's when they grow out. It's like the beginning of the 3rd week. Okay, so I'm having to look at my calendar to see if I'm still on schedule with doing my nails, my full sets, and then doing my fills. And you guys know I base my full sets off of if I'm going to go to an event, whether it's in town or out of town, just like my hair. Okay, so we'll see. Next update. Oh, it's the story. And my nose. No, my nose is not going to leave me alone. It's not running, but it feels like it's going to. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to pause. This is crazy. And if I do, I need to do a time check. Let me see. Can I make it to 40 minutes with my nose acting a fool? I don't know. 24 minutes, 38 seconds. If I have to, we'll do another time check and we'll pause for a second to do a little break. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a whole complete Russian break coming up right now. So, anyway, all right, Stephenville trip. Okay, so it's gonna be kind of like a place where we have to go to kind of often. And so I will start with the Texas Roadhouse was in another city. And I don't want to say, I can't think of the name. I really honestly can't. And I was going to say, oh, let me look at my phone. I forgot. I'm recording with my phone. I can't. It's not Medford, but it's something like that. And so we went there. Not too long of a wait. The cool thing is you can order from the bar and then just go back into the waiting room. But I do have a favorite from there. Okay, so let's talk about that. So the Texas Roadhouse, I like, if I remember correctly, it's called the Crusted Lemon. Well, actually, it's just called the Crusted Chicken. That's like a name, the Crusted something chicken. But it has a lemon sauce. You guys know, lemon, pepper, lemon sauce. I love it for chicken. So I really like it because when they say crusted, it's not actually like breaded. It's just kind of crusted somewhat on the top. I don't know how to explain it, but it's delicious. I got the green beans, which, as you guys know, I can eat green beans all day and not have anything else. No bread, no meat, no nothing. I love green beans. And then I had the chili. The first time I ate there was in another city. And I had a friend tell me, no, the chili's not all that great. But I liked it. Yeah, I did. I know what she means. When you taste a really good chili, you know. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad enough for me to wish I had ordered something else. And I got it with cheese, and I think you can get it with cheese, onions, and some other stuff. But you guys know me. I'm really simple with food. Plus, all my food allergies, I can't go all fancy anyway. And most of the stuff that I can't eat, I don't like anyway. I've unfortunately come into contact with everything I can't eat at least once or twice, either knowingly or unknowingly. And so, yeah, don't want the allergy attacks. You guys know my allergies are skin contact allergies. That's what the little H is. Verify that, though, with your, if you do a full food blood panel test. I think that's what it said the H means. I looked it up on Google, so I don't know if that's true or not. But food has pollen and oils and stuff like that. And so if you never understood, like, why is it I can just open up a pack of fish and the person's, like, wheezing, it's because of that. Okay, so, and then I don't want to say it also has to be a contact allergy or skin contact allergy, but I would have to say, and I could be wrong, my thought process is if the food, the pollen, I mean, and oil from the food bothers him, then it's probably going to have an H next to that allergy if they were to do a blood test. Okay, so if you or someone else is deciding to do that, then just ask your questions and check and see. And they should know what you're talking about when you mention a little H. If they don't, look it up, and then maybe it'll have like a certain name for it, so where it has like a term, so you can say, oh, is that what this is? Okay, so, but yes, I said I'm going to get it with the cheese. You guys know me and cheese are at war right now, right? And so there's only a couple of cheeses I'm able to eat now, and I'm starting to find out which ones I can't, which before it was just a matter of I don't like it versus I can't eat it. Okay, and then also I had the mango margarita, big glass, very cold, it's frosted, get napkins. Okay, just, I'm gonna warn you. Because it's as if you went into the freezer and got the glass out. Okay, like the stand-up walk-in freezers. Okay, so, I mean, the whole thing's frosted. What's that called? The stem? I don't know, the bottom, all of it. Even underneath the bottom of the glass, it's frosted. And it's huge and it's heavy. Okay, so, oh, you can get it with salt or tahini, and I got it with salt, even though I like tahini too, so I was like excited. I love salty things. So that was fine for me. The other place is, wait, time checking. Something's on my face. Something's always on my face up here. It's annoying. 21 minutes, 44 seconds. Okay, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else for Texas Roadhouse before we move on. Let's see. No. All right, so the next one was, they're called Greer. It might be Greer's with an apostrophe S. I can't remember. But it's a family-owned business. It is located in Stephenville. And I like the blackened chicken. Theirs comes with the fettuccine Alfredo, but Alfredo is one of the cheeses I can't eat anymore. So, and for me, personally, it's kind of played out. Kind of tired of it anyway. So, I asked them if they could do that without the noodles and the Alfredo cheese. And then they said, well, we have this chicken breast here, and we can just do it blackened. So I said, okay, that's fine. I had the green beans. The red beans does not have rice in it, and they're not red. Go figure, right? So I don't want to say they're called red beans for that reason, but when you hear red beans, you assume that they're red, right? Kind of like kidney beans. So what I did was I added their ketchup chipotle sauce, and it was good. I don't know what I had, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, what I had when we went there the first time, because this past week was the second time we ate there. And my husband said he remembered me having maybe mashed potatoes. Okay, so I don't remember, but their fries, I think I had a couple of my husband's fries last time, not this time, and they're good. They're seasoned, and I don't know what that season is. I don't know if there's any like parsley or something on there, but I could be wrong, but it reminded me of like, it looked like Parmesan and maybe very, very finely chopped up parsley or something, but I'm probably completely wrong, so ask them. Well, I know it could have been garlic, I don't know. I just know that the fries look good, and I wish I had got them. Or I wish I had stole a couple off my husband's plate this time, and I didn't. Let's see, the fried pickles. I can't forget that. The fried pickles are delicious, and you get a big cup of it. Okay, so 2 or 3 people easily could share one order of fried pickles. And then I tried something new for dessert. I've never had dessert there anyway, but it's new in fact that I've never had dessert there. So I've had peach cobbler before, just not from there. So I got their peach cobbler, and I ate that in the room because I'm trying to stop myself when I'm eating my dinner, knowing that I'm full, and not go into what I call Miss Piggy mode, and just keep eating because the food is there in front of my plate, right, or on my plate. And so by the time I got back, I said, well, I'm going to save the fried pickles and the chicken that I did not finish. Once you cut it up, you have a pretty good amount. I said I want to have that for breakfast, which would have been yesterday morning. And so I said, let's see if the cobbler fills me up because it wasn't a good sized container. And then they even gave ice cream with it. And so I don't know if their chocolate lava cake, which is what my husband got, comes with ice cream too. but they gave us 2 containers of ice cream. And if you, let's see, is there anything else? Oh, wait, before, I was gonna tell you, because I didn't plan on mentioning the ice cream, but I want to list everything we had. And I don't think either one of us ate it, because you know me, I have to decide if I'm going to chance it and see is there milk and how much milk is in it, right? I'll find out from my reaction. So the mimosa, I had the regular mimosa this time, but I think I had the Greer's mimosa last time, and it was a really pretty drink because it has a grenadine in it. And if I am remembering correctly, the Greer's mimosa tastes really, really good if you like fruity flavors. And so if we eat there again, I'm gonna try the Greer's mimosa to see if that's what I had last time, not this time. For me, the mimosa I had was a little flat. There was something missing. It wasn't like a mimosa from the Brazilian steakhouse. Those are packed with flavor. Okay, no matter what flavor you get, except for cranberry. Cranberry is a hit and miss. And I think that's like a holiday thing. But I think I was gonna try the Greer's mimosa, but I think there's rum in there too. And that's what made me kind of shy away from it, because the mixture of rum and champagne made me think I don't even want a chance trying to remember if that was a drink, but I like flavor. So I'm gonna have to go for it next time. Okay, so time check. 35 minutes, 5 seconds. We're doing great. Okay, so if you do get the peach cobbler, and if it comes with ice cream, or if it doesn't, if you ask for ice cream, and you're gonna take it to go, if you stay at the Hampton, you're only 5 minutes away from the Greer's restaurant, okay? So don't worry about it melting. Well, around this time of the year, I can't speak for later in the year because Texas gets hot, right? There in Stephenville in March, it's still kind of cool. You might average 60 something, 70 something for the day or something like that. It all depends. Okay, so, the Airbnbs. This is interesting. So my husband looked up the Airbnbs in Stephenville, Texas, and they were kind of unique. They had one house that was remodeled. They had another house that was in a golf community, and it had a pool and I think a jacuzzi. And we were going to stay there, but we didn't. And I wanted to advise you to read all the reviews of any of the houses. Okay, but they have some good selections, and it all depends on your purpose for being there and what's close to the area of where you're kind of centrally located there. Okay, so just check that out, because they do have Airbnbs if you don't want to stay in a hotel. But in Hampton, those are suites, and they have 2 called the Whirlpool. I think they said one's on the 3rd floor, one's on the 2nd, and I believe, I could be wrong, that there's a spa tub, not just a soaking tub, but a spa tub in a completely separate room in the room itself. Okay, so we didn't stay in it, or else I probably would have uploaded a short or something, or like maybe a 1 or 2 minute video of it. But we ended up getting a regular suite with the sofa bed and the king size bed. So we just got something that we were used to, and there is a shower tub combo in there, but it's not like a spa tub or anything like that. The wall's just high enough to where you might think, okay, if I want to soak and fill it up, then I won't make it spill over. Because you know, some of those tubs, the walls are really low, right? Like they're really short. I've seen those. And I was thinking, maybe their thought process is that the person's only going to shower and they don't have to step over a huge wall to get out, right? But this one seemed like not as high as a normal tub, but it wasn't as low as that. If you know what I'm talking about, you've seen those tubs that are like that. And you realize I can't take a bath in here because water might go everywhere, right? But not there, not the Hampton. Okay, so I have a we're close. 38 minutes. All right. There's nothing else as you remember, I did not turn the page when I wrote the notes. So now let me tell you guys, when we were leaving, and I'm really hoping that everyone in that area is okay, because when we were leaving, you guys, the storm, I mean, you're probably thinking, you waited until the end of your video to tell us about the storm or storms. There was 2 storms coming. We got caught in one of them. On one side of us was like tornado weather. We didn't see anything swirling, but it was raining a lot. And we were thinking that the rain was going to turn to hell. And there was like maybe 3 lightning flashes and thunder. I think once, maybe twice, I think once. That one time was enough for me. This is like right before Sweetwater, Texas. It sounded like the earth cracked open. It was like, boom, boom, boom. It was loud. It was so loud. I could do a lot louder than that, but there's no way that I could even get close to how loud it was. And it's so funny because my husband said that I was, I just kind of, I kind of tensed up. And so that's why I told him it sounded like the earth cracked open. I don't know, of course, hopefully we don't have to find out what that sounds like. I know a lot of people probably thinking, well, yeah, I live where there's sinkholes and stuff like that, but I'm talking about literally, it sounded like the earth itself cracked open. That's the loudest thunder I've ever heard in my life. And my husband just kept saying, we got to get to Sweetwater. If we can get to Sweetwater and keep up with that vehicle right there, we'll be okay. He said it's not going to be pretty here. And it was raining. It was pouring down rain. And the lightning was far off. But let me tell you, when it wasn't that far away, it was like, oh my gosh. So then it went to like a light sprinkle. We got around like the Midland, Texas area. And he says, okay, we have one more storm cell to go through. I think we're coming to the tail end of it. We're going to curve away from it. But it started raining heavy again. And I don't remember any lightning or anything like that. But let me tell you, I really, really hope for everyone that lives in that area, Midland, Odessa, Sweetwater, Texas, any area, right, Stephenville, or like in between, I really, really hope you guys are okay. And I know that storm, it traveled, right? It hit a couple of cities, a couple of states, or maybe several. So for anyone that knows that storm I'm talking about, because one of them, it was one big, huge, major storm, I really, really hope all you guys got was heavy rain and lightning and thunder, and that you're fine, okay? You, your family, your friends, your pets, your chickens, everything. Anything you have there, your homes, obviously. I really, really hope that you guys were okay. When I say everything, I mean your trees, everything, because it was so windy, and we know the winds can pick up and just uproot trees, right? So if you live in those areas, if you want to comment below, let me know, yes, me and my family and friends, and yes, our pets, I'm serious, anything living, I hope it was okay. Let me know how you guys are, and did it pass by fast? And then if you want to mention any damage or anything like that that happened, let me know below. And I will say my thoughts and my prayers definitely go out to you and your family and friends. Okay, so I know we're past the time, but I have to say that because that was a bad storm. It's not the worst I've seen, but to be in it on the road, if I lived in any of those areas, seriously would have hoped for like a reinforced finished basement or a reinforced cellar. But then again, with the heavy rain, I don't know. I don't know how that affects those things because I don't live like in a place, not where it doesn't heavily rain, but where it's common to have those, the basement at all, or a cellar. So yeah, well, we're, my voice just went out. We're at 22 minutes. No, why did I say 22? 42 minutes. And maybe it's because it was at 22 seconds, but now it's at 29 seconds. We're going to go ahead and stop there. We're going to assume this thing is going to stop. I should say that. Let's close the book. And I know I forgot to do my reading, right? But once I push stop, all the numbers reset to 0. So can't tell you guys the miles and calories today. Oops. Let's get some water. But you guys, that is it. Like I said, I think 2 was a good speed because I really did not want to be up here and really be trying to catch my breath. I was like, no. This needs to be an easy Saturday. We are, oh my gosh, you guys, we have like, I don't even want to call it a week to rest up. And then we have more stuff to do. So yes, like I said, from here on out, I don't plan on making any bank days. It's just like, okay, for instance, okay, so I forgot. Let me think about this. So I didn't do any updates. I do want to say that I ran out of bank days up to Thursday, I think, of last week. Okay, and I do remember that, let me look back at my notes so I won't get this wrong. Since we didn't do any days updates of walks, and like I said, since part of the week we were gone, it would have been bank days anyway. But one specific day, I would have to say, let's see, my notes end at Thursday. Yeah, March 14th for having a day that I marked it for with the bank day. So Friday, March 15th was the first time that not only did I not walk, but I did not have a day that made up for it. Okay, and I had plenty of time to at least walk an extra walk to cover that, just to know, okay, I can end it all even. You guys know I like things really even, and so it's okay though. But yes, so today marks the first day where I've kind of, in a sense, have a day of skipped with nothing. Okay, so yes, yesterday, yeah, that's right. So March 15th was yesterday. So yesterday would have been day 405, but like I said, I didn't walk that day because we were still traveling home, going through those crazy storms and stuff. And then I didn't have, like I said, a bank day to cover for yesterday. I was talking about it like it was last week. I just remember the 15th was yesterday. And so, yes, from now on, whatever day I walk, that's going to be the next day of the walk. So that's just going to be the easiest thing for me to do. And then I think me saying that I don't know if I want to even keep my walk going was just me being, I don't want to say lazy, but I'm tired. I have a lot of washing to do. And then, like I said, I got a whole bunch of stuff to do this week. And then my nails, I always pick a day to take the stuff off and then a day to do them the following day. And so I'm trying to decide how I'm going to take them off. I may possibly, I was thinking about soaking this stuff off and doing a video of that because I've never soaked. Just to do a review of what is it like to try to soak off. Okay, so as you guys know, recap real quick, it would be the powder, right? Not polished, 2-in-1 powder. Like I said, I did this with Super Base. So the way she described it to me, and then what I read, I think on the glass bottle of the step 2 dip it base, it actually tells you that it creates a sticky surface for your dip powder. And on the bottles that are not glass, I think it just gives you the warnings like it's supposed to, and then it gives you the ingredients, and it does not tell you that that's what it is for. And then online, I can't remember. I have to go look and then maybe give you guys an update on my next video if it actually tells you that on the step 2 dip it base on the Not Polished website, that that's what it does. Okay, so with our discussion that we had, I am like her. I am surprised that this, and I hit this finger, actually. It didn't just crack in half. Like from me touching it or rubbing up against something, I actually hit it, I think, straight on. And then that piece snapped off the tip and then the powder that was with it. So we're going to find out either way. Even if I don't make a video of my Easter nails when I do them, we're going to find out if within a month, if I can keep this from happening, and the difference between using the dip it base, which is what I was supposed to use, instead of Super Base. So we have a lot of experimenting to do and a lot of reviews for me to either do on film, on camera, whatever you want to call it, or off camera. And then the next time I do my next walk or my next nail video, I can tell you guys, okay, this is what happens. And that's just in case I don't end up actually recording it in what would be almost real time. The next closest thing to that would be going live, right? So yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up possibly. And even if not, I'm still gonna give you guys an update on the walk of what happened, even if I don't record any nail videos this week. I do want to tell you guys that. So you guys have a great day. I am starving. You guys, oh my gosh. Okay, so one more thing. There is a store in Hatch, New Mexico. It's a grocery store. It's a really good size. Okay, if you're passing through Hatch, it's a very small, very quaint, very nice town, very peaceful. And I would have to say, depending on whichever way you're going to end up back on the freeway. Okay, you're either going to end up on Hatch Highway or you're going to end up on let's see, what is that? The 25. Okay, I think Interstate 25. And so if you're hungry, you want to stop. Okay. Especially if you want food and not just snacks, because I can't even tell you where the next place would be to actually eat. As a matter of fact, Hatch Highway, there's a nut bar. I don't know if they serve food or whatever, and just not just like coffee or whatever. You got to get into Denver, New Mexico from Hatch Highway from going, if you're headed west. If you're headed east on the 25, I can't even begin to tell you if you don't stop and get food in Hatch Highway. And also their restaurant. No, it's not Blake's. I can't think of the name. Sparky's. Sparky's is well known for their Hatch chili burgers. Okay, some have pulled pork in them. I think it's called the oinker or something like that. Some of them just have your burger, your Hatch chili and stuff like that. They have, I think, a Hatch, like a chili shake or something like that. So stop by there because that's a really, really famous place. But check the hours because they're only open, I think, like 4 days a week. But like I said, that grocery store, if you get hungry and you're thinking, okay, Sparky's is closed. I think there's a Copper Kettle or Kettle Kitchen or something. I can't think of that other little restaurant is like not too far from the restaurant. Stop in the restaurant. They have food. Okay. They have your regular like bone-in chicken. If you want to get a meal with the breast legs, stuff like that. They have your honey chicken. They have your orange chicken. And then they have, I don't know if it's General Tso. I can't remember. I believe so. It's not Kung Pao. I think it's General Tso. They have the noodles. They have mac and cheese. They just have a lot of cooked food in there. Your buffalo wings, stuff like that. And it looked like sometimes they make some type of, I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was like, let me think, ribs, pork ribs or something. It was some type of something that wasn't there, not even when we passed through there before. Okay, but my point is that if you're hungry and if you're like, okay, all the restaurant places are either closed or I don't want to eat there, but we are going to stop in the grocery store to pick up some snacks or whatever, then head on over to that area and you might find yourself with a full meal, okay, which will make you very, very happy. And then right over to your left is like some drinks, like your soda, your water, stuff like that, some of the juices. I think the Arizona cans of tea and stuff like that. And then they do have an area where you actually can sit in there and eat. Okay, if I remember correctly, there's like a little gate and you walk through and there should be tables right there next to where you would pay to order. Like if you don't order from this side, from where all the cooked food is. Okay, so you can pay there. Or if it's something that's measured like pounds, they put a sticker on it and you take it up to the front register. Okay, so I do want to make sure I mention that is another option. Because I know unless it's like an Albertsons or something like that, then I'm not really aware of any other grocery stores that actually have cooked food in there. Okay, so yes, I can't remember the name of the grocery store, but I don't want to say it's the only one that they have there, but I want to say it's the biggest one. And I almost pictured the sign. Something market. I'm thinking. Let me think, because I can almost picture it. No. It's something market. It's a very simple name. And like I said, you cannot miss it. It's a huge, huge grocery store. But now that is it for the travel, because that was a part of coming back from Stephenville. We had to come in and come back that way. We don't, live in Hatch, but like that was part of our little trail. Okay. We were, oh my gosh, on the road for like 10, maybe 11 hours. We hit construction. They're widening the freeways and interstates in some places, like in Texas and stuff like that. And so there's going to be like construction in like the Midland area, in between there, Odessa, stuff like that. In between there, Sweetwater, you're going to run into some construction and stuff like that. Detour off the freeway, back on the freeway. And so we had a very, very, very long drive to come back. I'm surprised we made it in the time that we did. Okay, but yes, those are just some little places. Besides, I would have to say Love's, Pilot, if you want some of the cleaner restrooms and maybe where they might have some restaurants inside of there to eat at. And then I'm trying to think, in one of the cities I want to say is a Love's, there's a McDonald's, and it's not Odessa. I can't think of the name of the city. I was going to say those are some of the cleanest bathrooms I've ever seen in that Love's. And there's also a place, it's called, I don't think it would be pronounced like that. I think there was 2 E's. I want to say it was Chester's, but it might be pronounced Cheaters. So look up Cheaters and see if it comes up around that area. Still can't think of the city. So if I can find the city, then I'll update you guys on the next video and let you guys know. But I think the restaurant was like big, right? I'm remembering CH, I think EESTERS or something like that. And it's in that gas station McDonald thing there. Okay, so I really wish I could remember the name of the city, but I mean, now you have options. You have either the store, the gas station store, right, the Loves, or you have your Cheaters, Chesters, however they pronounce that, and then you have your McDonald's, and kind of like a new type thing, like you walk up and you can order from the little, they're not little, actually big screens and stuff like they have in there. And so to me, it was kind of like modern, kind of, I don't know, for a McDonald's. Except for what I saw in Rome. They were really like state-of-the-art type thing. But yeah, check them out. And my other restaurant I can think of, if you just want someplace different, there's Checkers, and there's one more. Let me think, because we actually ate there. And it was in Odessa. It was. And I'm trying to remember where it was. Was it like on East 42nd Street? I can't remember. It's across from a Walmart. It wasn't a Roadhouse. You guys, I can't think. It wasn't like your, they do have like your Chili's there. I think there's an Olive Garden, but it is right across the street from a Walmart. I want to say that it was Checkers, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go in there and ask him. He's going to say, no, that's not it. But I do know that whenever we have a chance to eat there, we do. And I might actually decide to ask him and just record real quick and tell you guys what the name of that restaurant was that we ate at, because the food there is excellent. The bread, oh my gosh. And then I'm trying to think, what did I order? I always get the same thing. I think lemon pepper chicken, and then I think I had green beans, and then I had one other side. It wasn't chili. You guys can tell I like chili a lot. I'm going to ask him. And I might actually come back and then tell you guys. And then that'll be the end of the video. But if not, then I will see you guys on the next recording. Have a great day. Bye. All right, you guys. So just really quick, I had to go in there and ask him. Okay, so Cheddar's. Yes, like cheese. Cheddar cheese is where we ate at in Odessa, Texas. And then where I said that they had really nice bathrooms in the Loves. And they had that one food place in between Loves and McDonald's was in Pecos, Texas, off of Interstate 20. And you would be headed west. Okay. So, yeah, it's like right there off the freeway. Just in case you guys have to stop and you get hungry and then you want to look around, because they have like a lot of cool things in there. They have stuffed animals, Pooh Bear, stuff like that. And little spacesuits. I don't know what kind of shirt that was. And then they have other things in there. It's not just your average Loves. It seems to be more stuff in there. You know, you can always get those reflective jackets if you have to, gloves, stuff like that. So yeah, Pecos, Texas, Interstate 20, headed west is the Love's gas station. And like I said, Cheddar's. Yeah, because I think Checkers is like what the offspin of Raleigh's, I think, right? And I was thinking that's like in Vegas and some other places. So yes, Cheddar, it's like the cheese. All right, now I'm going to go because I got to go in here and eat. And then I brought up that grocery store in Hatch, New Mexico, because it had frosted oatmeal cookies. And you guys, I was looking for those mother frosted oatmeal cookies. They're my favorite oatmeal cookies, especially when I used to be able to eat them with milk. And these are like the knockoff brand, but I don't care. I love oatmeal cookies, and they don't have them at Walmart anymore, not from what I've seen. So I'm about to go in here and eat some of these cookies because I managed to stay away from the pack last night. I try not to eat after 6 or 7 p.m. at the latest. I broke that rule. I ate some of the food from there. I had the honey chicken, and I had the rice. The rice is really good from that grocery store, so that's another thing. And you can pick your size. Do you want like a large cup? Do you want like a smaller cup and stuff like that? Like I said, in the grocery store. So if you don't want like your traditional place and you're just so happy to be passing through Hatch Highway or Hatch City, okay, New Mexico, then stop in that grocery store and check it out. Like I said, it's huge. It's massive. It's really pretty in there. It's clean. Really big bathroom in there, stuff like that. You have to use the bathroom there, which is really important if you travel a lot like we do. And so yeah, so that's it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.